Yo, and welcome to this week's video. So I'm out in my car. We've already had some fun round the local roads around here, but this next section of road that I'm going to drive on, I do believe is probably one of the best in the UK. A lot of people mix it in with other roads around here for a good day out, but for the purpose of the video, we're just going to condense it into this section of road only. I'm in a town called Alston, and I'm in between Newcastle and Carlisle. And this road is called Hartside Pass, and it basically goes up to the top of a mountain, the very peak, and then back down into the village towards Penrith. And so what I'm going to do is, from here, I'm going to go up to the peak, I'm going to drive down into the village, turn around, and then come back. The first bit that we're going, or the direction we're coming from, is long, flowy corners. And then when you get over the peak itself, it goes a lot narrower and a lot sharper corners, lots of switchbacks and things like that. So I'll keep jumping back in every now and then with a bit of talking and stuff like that, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw the camera on the rear screen. I've got my suction mount to do it, so we're going to set that up on the rear screen and we're just going to run. Okay, so that's the road coming up. So like I said, just nice and sweepy road. You don't really need to brake that much. I think actually if you just lift off the throttle a little bit and change down, that's all you kind of need to do on that bit. The next bit going down and coming back up is way sharper. I would say way more technical of a drive if you're trying to do a spirited. Obviously we're just cruising here, we're just having a nice day out. So what we'll do is go down into the valley, turn round and then come back up and stop here again. We're at the viewpoint here, so if I was over there, obviously you can see a bit on the far end, but if I was over there, which I'll come to when I come back up, there's a beautiful viewpoint. You can sit there, have a relax. I've got a Fizzy Pop I'm going to have some of, but we'll do down and then back up first, and then we'll pull over here and have a bit of a relax afterwards. just tried to talk the camera outside, it's far too windy, but basically can you see the street lines on the windscreen? The car is absolutely filthy and much in need of a very big pamper to get it spotlessly clean and shining again from the outside. I still never got around to doing the inside. The reason behind that is basically I thought rather than removing the chairs to give it a good clean, to then put the chairs back in to then later remove the chairs, I figured like it doesn't bother me that much, and when I do it I'm going to do like a proper job, so I might as well wait until I'm ready to take the chairs out. And when I do that, that means I only need to take them out once rather than having to take them out, put them back in, take them out, put them back in. So I kind of like double up on the jobs, if you know what I mean. But yeah, still love it. Still absolutely adore this car. I'm a bit undecided what I'm going to do for winter with it, because in the winter, the original plan was just to put it in the garage, store it, and then bring it out when the weather gets a bit nicer. I think the MOT runs out at the beginning of February or the end of January. And also like I really like using it, but days when, well, similar to this to be honest, when it's dry, but there's no ice, but there's no salt on the roads, like they would be the only days I'd use it. So I think for this year, for the first year as an experiment, I might just like keep using it and see how many days I get to use it, and then base that decision off the years to come following, if that makes any sense. But yeah, if I get to use it like quite a lot, then brilliant, we'll keep it going like every year. But if it's where I get to use it like once every 3 months, until like, obviously it depends on the weather and what the weather's doing, and this year was quite a wet year anyway. But yeah, I think we'll just play it by ear, leave it going this year, then make a decision next year based on what happens this year, but also at the same time keeping an eye on the weather and seeing what the weather's doing. I think that's the best way to go forward with using it all through the year and not just storing it for however many months. Like I said, I'm going to make it like a really nice example, not so much so that I don't want to drive it, and that's just going to be sort of an ongoing thing as we go to get it to that point. But I feel whilst it's in a usable, like a really usable condition, then that should just be, I should take advantage and use it basically. But at the same time as making it really nice, I don't want to scare myself off from using it because it's too nice. But yeah, these are all things that go around in my head basically, but we'll figure it out as we go. And there we go, so that's down into the town and then back up. I think the town's called Memelebi, or I don't know, to be honest. So back up to the viewpoint. So I'm just going to appreciate the view for a little while, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to drive back down towards Alston and then back towards home. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you got something from it. Like I said, I think it's one of the best roads in the UK. and as of yet hasn't been marred by average speed cameras, anything like that, that takes the fun away from essentially driving a road like that. Give a like, give a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. In a bit. Bye bye.